Join me in the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Chris, could I have a roll call?
Yep, Justin,
Here.
Lexi, Brian.
Here. Here. Need a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Brian, aye.
Lexi, I.
Justin, aye.
Jeff, I.
Motion carries. I'll open it up for citizen comment at this time for anything on the agenda. Chris, do we have anybody online?
We do not have anyone online.
He'll miss the first round. He'll be down 12 now. Goes the season.
Rough crowd.
What happens if you forfeit the first week?
Yeah. They're at the bottom of the league. As long as you pay, they don't care.
That's true too.
True.
All right, we'll go ahead and close citizen comment. Then I'll need a motion if no one has any questions about the consent agenda. Brian, did you want to ask that question?
No,
Okay.
comfortable.
Need a motion to,
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second it.
Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
Justin, aye.
Jeff, I.
motion carries. And we will now move to Parks and Rec. Stacy, if you'd like to report.
Yeah, I guess I don't have a whole lot more than what we discussed last week, and then what's on the update, unless you guys have any questions.
Jeff, do you have any questions?
Nope.
Nope.
Have they started your grass yet?
They did the borders around the trees and around like the rock beds, and someone was cut through one of them, so it's on that one. But so no, the grass hasn't been touched, but the borders are done, so step in the right direction.
You have the comment in here about field work on the ball fields. We do your staff does the two smaller ball fields and Clark takes care of the big one.
Well, so this
Works.
time of year, Clark isn't here, but
Okay.
WD for the most part takes care of the big one, yes.
Gotcha.
The biggest things for us is weeds that we're trying to keep on top of for Spiegel. That's on us. So, yeah,
Okay.
but yes,
It's been a good season for weeds with all the rain.
yeah,
Weeds instead of paying for water. So-
I was gonna say it's better than, yeah, water.
Exactly.
Spiegel field still looks good with sprinkler system, still dicey, so.
Mm.
So I guess if you guys don't have any other questions, just one more random tidbit, I guess. I've been working with Goodwill. It's an agency that helps individual with some type of special need gain employment. I've met with her a few times with a few different potential employees for cleaning around the center. Haven't had a whole lot of luck until recently. We do have one person who's she's just trying it out for 3 days. Which was Monday, today, and then tomorrow, before we decide kind of if it's gonna work for both companies, if she likes it, if it's gonna work for us. This particular case, it is a woman who is deaf. And so we are kind of working through the logistics of how that works, but so far, the cleaning and stuff has been something we're missing. She's doing a really good job.
Nice.
That's nice.
So like I said, a couple barriers we need to figure, but work in progress, so just.
Sounds great.
Nice.
Oh,
Got anybody
thank
on-
you.
Got anybody on staff that knows sign language?
No, but we said we need to figure it out,
Yeah,
at least basics.
yeah.
I think that, we talked about it, when I met with her initially, we talked about some I was worried about in terms of, just being in places, going to the men's bathroom, how do we make sure that men aren't walking in on her, like surprising her, obviously, think you yell out, I mean, I do, I go in, I'm like, hey, anyone here, whatever, just take it for granted that, they'd be able to hear me, and so trying to figure out how can we stop that, how can we make sure that, they turn on the lights, or they come and get PCC staff to go, get. So that barrier, and then as well as our communication. So right now there's an interpreter, so that's how we've been doing it. But once the assessment's over, the interpreter goes away if she were to become our employee. And so how would we go about that? Would we get, is it just texting? What is the best way to
Like whiteboard.
communicate? Correct. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely, like I said, some barriers, but could be good for both of us.
Yeah, very good.
I like that.
Very much.
Questions for Stacy? All right, thank you. Stacy, we'll move on to Chief.
Yeah, you guys have my report. The one thing I wanted to add, we had the bike rodeo this weekend. We had approximately like 20 kids show up for it. It was a good event. I wish there was more kids, but the first, not bad for numbers. I hope next year when we do it, it'll be better numbers. The word is out. We had a lot of families come through and thought it was a great event.
Great.
And then hope for next year we get more numbers, but it was a good event. Approximately 25 helmets so far given out for free. And that was all through donations throughout just the businesses within our community. So big shout out to them for helping out with that, getting us the donations to buy the helmets for the kids. So
Very cool.
yep, good event. I guess the other thing I guess we can jump into is the Outrun for Rays. That event's coming up this Saturday from 8:45 till about 10:30. It's the same route as last year. Fire department is involved. They're going to be helping close some streets. We're going to try, streets will be closed, but we're going to try to get people around as much as we possibly can. But we just put the word out that streets are closed and then there's expect delays. But same route, same everything as last year. We'll do it.
That gets a pretty good crowd, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. Sometimes up to a couple hundred, right, Stacy? It's
No, hundreds.
hundreds, yeah, like 400 or 500.
Yeah.
That's not,
Yeah.
not bad for this one.
It's a big event.
And then you have the open house this weekend too? Or?
Yeah, so we're just doing a PD tour. Yep, that's on Saturday right after that event. So we're gonna be, running to that one. Yeah, it's just a tour of the PD and it's a good event too. We do them all the time. Yep, it's kids enjoy it and parents enjoy it coming down there. So
Yeah.
busy.
Busy. Good to hear. Any questions for the chief?
Chief, I saw on the April 14th, we did the active shooter training at Word of Life. Is that
Yeah.
our jurisdiction?
It is not, but
It's
so.
City of Dubuque?
Yeah, so it's in Dubuque. They reached out to us. To do that training. I recommended them to go through City of Dubuque Police Department. They would not do it or were unavailable to do it. They asked us to do it. And that's why we do go outside our jurisdiction. We've gone other places to offer that training to these two businesses and just anybody that needs it, we do offer it. So, yep.
Sounds good. Thanks, chief.
Yep.
And Dean, we'll move on to your report.
Any questions on the report? Otherwise, just a couple things to add. I did have conversation with Joel today. I reached out to him to see how progress was coming on Adrena, extension to the east there. Still kind of aiming toward that 1st of June to open that up. So keep your fingers crossed on that. Hopefully that will follow through.
You have to sign off on everything at the end.
Yep, we have to do a
Accept
final
it,
walkthrough and acceptance of the project. And make sure that there's, nothing that needs to be brought up to par before it does get open. So,
Right.
there's potential that it could extend into June a little bit, but yeah. Goal is for right around June there to first week in June to be opened up there. So, just one other thing, just to touch on that turn lane project just a little bit. There wasn't a whole lot of progress being made this week, obviously with the rain and stuff, but they do anticipate being on there tomorrow and getting going on that again. So hopefully, between rainfalls and stuff, they can make a little bit of headway.
Well 2 generator was.
Well 2 generator. So I talked to Jacob today. I sent him a couple pictures. There's a couple things we need touched up there yet that I wasn't really too thrilled with. So I get in touch with Jacob tomorrow again and see if we can't button a few things up there yet before we accept that project as well.
Thanks.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dean.
You have any questions, Jeff? Okay.
Thorough.
Covered. Should have started asking.
In the interest of Jeff's interest, I have nothing to report in the mayor's report.
Too gentle.
We will move on to resolution to set public hearing for fiscal year 24 budget amendment.
The recommendation is to hold that hearing at the next council meeting, which is the 28th, I believe. Yes.
Yes.
Deputies that park their personal cars that are
like questions, otherwise we'll need a motion.
I'll make a motion to set the public hearing for the FY 24 budget amendment for the next council meeting on 28th.
I'll second.
Who would like to take ownership?
Yeah, who's-
Yes, motivated. Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
Justin, I.
Jeff, aye. Motion carries. Resolution amending fees for water meter hookup that we discussed last week.
I don't believe I need to say anything more about it.
That $50 covers our overhead too, right? It's the
Mhm.
meter and the cost of us doing the work.
Pretty close.
Good.
We need a motion then to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution amending fees for
I'll second it.
Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
Justin, I.
Jeff Hack.
Motion carries.
Getting involved.
Resolution for pay estimate number 6 submitted by VNK for Birds Road Turn Lane Project. See anything on there that?
Question on this, I gotta get the right down.
I did.
My only questions on the detailed change order, it's the, I don't know if I'm reading it wrong, it's possibly user error, but at the bottom, approved change orders, our original contract and our change order 1 adds up to 1 change. And we're targeting 1.36, 1.367 and the table up above it. So I was trying to make sense out of that this afternoon when I was looking at it.
So if you look at the quantities
Yeah,
to the completion quantities to the far right of the page, Brian,
that's where it,
you'll notice that some of them that are completed that are maybe even not even completed yet, they're over 100, they're over 100%. And that's the
Okay.
reason for the overage on the cost.
okay. So then our contract was, I mean, that was the budget estimate, but it was based on certain
Correct.
numbers of quantities on different parts of the job.
Correct. So, I mean, there may be, whether it's by the cubic yard, square yard, or what it was on the paving, you know, there might have been additional paving that got removed or replaced. Or even, you know, like topsoil or just different items like that. But, one of the items in particular, that change order number 4, was number 4 on the rock placement underneath the sidewalk. That is completed and that actually came under budget. So,
That makes sense then.
along with the sidewalk as well.
So then when we budget, sorry, Jeff, when we budget these projects, we have the contracted amount and then we approve change orders, we go, but we usually budget a contingency on top of the
That
contracted
is correct,
amount.
yes.
Yeah, so we're
And hopefully
probably
that will
still
cover
fine.
any change orders.
And based on the engineer estimate, I mean, the contract came in underneath engineer estimate. So, I mean,
We're still good.
basically
You feel
when you
like we're
budget,
still
yeah,
good?
you base it on engineer estimate.
I'll make a motion. Are you ready for a motion?
I'm
Make a motion.
Jeff, we ready for a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve pay estimate number 6 for Veenstra and Kim related to the Piazza Street Birds Road Turn Lane project. I'll second. Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
Justin, I.
Jeff Hack.
Motion carries. Next up is ordinance amending the Title V Public Works, Chapter 50 and 53 for garbage.
This one just adds the contractor cost for the containers on the totes. I misspoke.
This one's got the base rate.
Yes.
Yeah, yep.
For residents of Piasta and then a different rate for Thunder Ridge.
Right.
So that rate for Thunder Ridge is 150% plus the additional for the compost access. That's how we get
That'll
to
be on the
28,
garbage, yeah,
but that's how we get to 28
Yes.
bucks on
Mhm.
theirs.
yes.
Other questions? I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance amending public works garbage rates.
I'll second.
Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
Justin, I.
Jeff, I.
Motion carries. I'd like to entertain a motion to waive the second and third reading.
I'll make a motion to waive the second and third reading.
I'll second.
Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
Justin, I.
Jeff, I.
And I'll need a motion to adopt.
I'll make a motion to adopt.
I'll second.
Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
Justin, I.
Jeff, I.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next up, an ordinance amending the Title 11 Business Regulations, Chapter 110, Alcoholic Beverages of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Piasta.
This is another one that we discussed at the work session, and there's been a lot of changes at the state level that have already taken place. So my recommendation is to go ahead and waive the second, third reading and adopt it so that we are fully in compliance.
So all the stuff that we've redlined where we have comments out to the right, that'll become the new
Yes,
ledger, and it's referencing the state code then.
correct.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, it just matches the state's. It's fine. And easier to
Just
read.
keep this compliance.
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance amending Title 9 Business Regulations, Chapter 110, Alcohol Beverage and Code of Ordinances.
I'll second. Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
Justin, I.
Jeff, I.
Motion carries. Entertain a motion to waive the second and third reading.
I'll make
Make a motion to waive the second and third reading.
I'll second.
Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
Justin, I.
Jeff, I.
Motion carries and a motion to adopt this change.
I'll make a motion to adopt this change.
I'll second. Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
Justin, I.
Jeff, I.
Motion carries. Open it back up for any citizen comment at this time. Carissa? Anyone online?
Just us.
Just us? All right, well, then we will close citizen comment and we need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We're waiting, Jeff, we're waiting. Brian, I.
Lexi, I.
Justin, I.
Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.